Hello and welcome. This is the instructions for the small seed log mold kit. So this mold I made to replace the taller 4x8 mold that I have previously had available. It was a little hard to remove the logs from that one, and the post was so tall, the little middle skinny post, that it did break. It was prone to breaking. So I'm calling this the Generation 2 Small Mold Kit or Log Kit. So it has many improvements. It's definitely going to be the way to go. I added ridges on the outside, so for more grip there. And I reinforced that middle post now, and there's a 6-inch metal screw that goes up into it. So that's going to be a lot stronger. The pusher is got added strength. Basically, altogether, it's a better design. So this is going to be considered the small mold kit. So let's get started, guys. I'll show you how to use it. I'm just doing a voiceover, so let's see what I do here. I'm going to be using Crisco to coat the surfaces. Wax paper's your friend because this is messy no matter what. But Crisco, I found, works really good because it coats kind of for longer. I mean, you can use that cooking spray, anything you want, really, vegetable oil. But the Crisco seems to coat for longer. I only put it on once, for the full day or whatever the whole time I make them for that day. So I coat all the surfaces that the seeds will be touching. There we go. Looks like we're all set there. Let's see what I do next here, and I'll let you know what I'm doing. Okay, we have a big old bowl. It's very helpful. So I use this one that I got at a resale place. And these little plastic containers, measuring containers, that I got at Walmart. So they're great. They measure out the seeds really easily, and they're great for microwaving the binding agents that we're going to be doing right now. So with this one, we're going to be doing a half a cup of water. We're going to microwave that for 1 minute, 30 seconds. All right, and while we're waiting, we can actually get the seeds ready. We have 5 cups of seeds. You can use whatever you want. So you can see I did some sunflower and some regular mix. So, and at this point, we'll get some of the other ingredients ready. You can find your own recipe online. Use your own judgment. Some people have certain opinions about certain ingredients, but these are all edible ingredients, and they're going to be on the outside husk of the seeds, the shells of the seeds. So the birds are actually just eating the inside kernels. They're not even eating the husks. So this glue is not meant to be some nutritional value to the birds. It's just an edible binding agent to hold the husks of the seeds together. So I just wanted to point that out. And you can, this recipe that I'm going to be showing you guys is to make really strong logs. Once they're dry, they're real hard and strong, and you can ship them. So we have the beef gelatin powder is the main binding agent. You could probably even use just this if you wanted to. So we're going to be using flour, gelatin powder, and corn syrup. So you can buy the gelatin in little pouches like this from Walmart. This is a bulk bag box that has 32 packets. But that other bag almost was more convenient. It's just a bag of the powder, and it was cheaper. That was also at Walmart. So I use a gram scale, and in this case, we're using 6 grams of unflavored gelatin powder. So we're going to grab the water that's been microwaving for 1.5 minutes. That brings it about to a boil. We right away, while it's still very hot, we add our ingredients. So we're going to add the 6 grams of unflavored gelatin. We have 1 tablespoon of flour. And we're also going to be doing 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup. And that's one of the ingredients that some people have issues with because it's a highly processed sugar. But the birds aren't actually even consuming it, really. It's just on the outside of the husks. And it's not directly harmful. It just doesn't have nutritional value. So, but if you choose to, you could try making the logs with just the water and the gelatin. You could leave out the flour and the corn syrup, and you'll still end up with a usable product. So what I do is I start stirring it. They do make little drink mixers, like handheld drink mixers you can get on Amazon really cheap. They work so great. But I wanted to show you just how you can do it with a spoon. So I crush the chunks against the side. See, most of the chunks are broken up. And then I'm going to microwave it again for 30 seconds. This is the latest version of the instructions, because you technically don't have to microwave it again. But what I noticed, if you do microwave it another 30 seconds, it brings it back up to temperature, almost gets it boiling again, and you can stir it in even better. So let's go ahead and wait till that comes out. Alrighty, after 30 seconds, it gets kind of even a little frothier. So I think some oxygen gets in there as it tries to boil. And it really mixes in nice. It almost gets a little whiter look to it. And it is ready to be sticky. So we can just pour it all in there. Get as most out as you can. You don't have to, you could just keep reusing that for the day, you know. It's just gonna, the leftover will just add to the next batch. So all right, we're gonna grab a big old spoon and we're gonna fold it in. Oh, I decided to grease the spoon, which in the end didn't seem to help anything. But there you go. If you want to grease your spoon, go ahead. I thought I was being clever and it was going to work great. So basically this part you want to stir until every single seed is wet. It'll look wet. If you have any dry seeds, then your log is going to be more prone to falling apart. So see, I just kind of fold it in like that. All right, everything's all coated, nice and wet. You don't even have to rush that process. It doesn't matter if it starts to cool off and get tacky. I quickly noticed a spoon would have been better, a little rounder of a spoon. This one's kind of long, so I spilled a little. Now you can use the compactor, the presser, and smash it down in. So you just add, I usually add 3 or 4 scoops with the spoon, and then I pack it down in. Yeah, like a nice ladle shape would be kind of nice. If you had a metal ladle and maybe bent the handle down. Or just, I'm sure they make round versions of that big spoon. When I pick up on it, did you see there? I twist it when I pick up. I think I was trying to show that the seeds don't stick to it then. So let's see if I do it this next time. So I'll press down and then I will spin and pick up. So I push down as hard as I can, spin and pick up. See? Hardly anything sticks. Especially at the very end, you want a nice flat top. So let's see. See, it doesn't take long, even though I was fumbling a little with that big spoon. Helpful to just pick up the bowl toward the end. And don't worry about leaving some seeds. They'll just become part of the next batch. And I spilled some there for the mice to eat in my house. Okay, at this last one, see, I spin and pick it up, and look at perfect flat top. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for showing us, me. Okay, that looks great. We're going to leave it for 20 minutes. And so let it set. Don't disturb it for during that time. Don't press on it or do anything. What am I doing? Just set it down. Yep, in 20 minutes, we'll be right back. Alrighty, so now we're going to place the pusher upside down on a flat surface, and we're going to spin the mold cylinder like I'm doing, and we're going to pick it straight up. Keep going up until you're clear of the post. One nice fluent motion like that. We're going to flip it upside down onto the pusher. We're going to use the pusher like this to pop the log out. So what I'm going to do here in a second is pause the video right here, because I'm going to explain. This is why I added the ridges onto the cylinder. It was actually suggested by a customer. I'm like, that's a great idea. So that'll give us extra grip. This part, you have to be kind of strong because you got to pull down. You're going to be pulling the cylinder off of the log. So you want to grip it tightly. If you're kind of petite and not very strong, set this up right on the edge of your counter. Keep your elbows real close to your body. And grip it right in front of your chest. and grip real strong, and then just lower your whole body weight down, and it'll pull the cylinder off. So let's go ahead and unpause. So I'm kind of in a weird angle because of the camera and stuff, but see, I just pull it, and once it starts moving, it moves pretty easy. And I gently set it like that so it doesn't tip over. And at this point, it's good to let it sit for about 3 minutes. I'd say 2 to 5 minutes. So it'll just help that the very wet seeds to kind of harden before we pick it up and move it. Because we're going to move it onto some wax paper so you could continue making your next log. All right, I got some wax paper down in the back there. It's been a couple minutes. So, oh, I was just checking if it's firm. And now grab it with like this, like I'm doing. And set her down. We did it. Look at that. Thumbs up. All right. At that point, you're ready to reset and go again. And I'm going to be showing how you can use different seeds to make completely different logs. And you can make variety packs. Like, let's say you're selling these logs. You can make triple variety packs. So let's make a couple more logs using different seeds. And we'll speed this part up. And maybe we'll check in a couple spots here. All right, let's slow her back down and watch this one again. Spin it, pull it straight up, off. Look at that, professional. Flip the pusher upside down, flip the tube upside down, and grab and pull down. This, I noticed the sunflower released the easiest. So if you need practice releasing them, the sunflower was the easiest. Also, the amount of time you wait will affect how hard they come out. Do not leave it overnight. Some people have left these overnight. Some people have put them in their fridge for some reason because they think they're using gelatin to make jello, but we're using it to make a glue that dries hard. It doesn't turn to gel, it turns to a hard glue. So don't only wait 20 minutes. If it's too soft, like let's say it starts drooping and falling apart, you might have to wait 25 minutes or 30 minutes. You could have some differences because of your humidity, room temperature, brands of products, even the wattage of your microwave. There's all kinds of little stuff. So I like to tell people, once you kind of figure out your own exact little process to pop out the perfect log like we're seeing here, repeat that every single time. It'll be the same then. So once you get it right on, it might take you 2 or 3 tries to get it just perfect how you like it, and then just do it the same like that every single time. So let's get this one off of here. All right, come on, me, get that log. Testing it for firmness, very firm actually. Pick it up gently onto the wax paper. Look at that. Now we got wonderful logs for the photo op for the listing. So that's going to be my keeper mold, and I'll be printing ones for you guys. Wow, that really was wonderful. I think I popped the camera off the tripod here to take a little bit closer look. Wonderful. I'm so happy with how that small mold turned out. I'm happy to bring it to you guys. Look at how professional these look. They have a hole down the center so you can put them on them feeders. They make wire feeders that accept them just like that. And there we are, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have the large mold kit available, and I'm going to be coming out with a bell mold very soon. So we'll see you guys on the next videos, and happy bird watching. Bye-bye.